Apple iPhone 17 Pro water resistance test. This device is going to be submerged underwater for a little bit over 30 minutes. And I'm going to see if the device is going to survive and if everything is fine with this device after being submerged for so long. Also, the best thing is I'm going to show you how to expel all the water out of the device, because certainly water is going to go inside your smartphone as soon as you submerge the device. The last device that I had with water damage was my Galaxy S23 Ultra. That device had IP68, the same as the iPhone 17 Pro. IP68 water resistance. Here I'm going to throw the device inside water multiple times in order to make the device kind of suffer a little bit during this water resistance test. If you go on Apple website, you can be certain that if your device had a water damage scenario or situation, the device is not going to be covered under the warranty, the manufacturer warranty. On Apple website, it is said that the device, the iPhone 17 Pro, is rated for IP68, a maximum depth of 6 meters and up to 30 minutes. This is the definition for the IP68 for the iPhone 17 Pro. And going back to my S23 Ultra, that device had a small opening on the back, which made the device water resistance not ideal in the event the device was to be submerged underwater. That device could have been under rain and splash water and be fine. But as soon as you submerge the device underwater, there is the pressure of the water that is going to be exerted on the device and make sure that the device is trying to keep it sealed. The seals of the water resistance or the water protection on the device are going to work against the water pressure and keep the water out. But if you have a small crack or a small hole on the water resistance ingress, it is going to be too light and the pressure of the water will be too much for the device to keep the water out. And then the water is going to go inside the device slowly. And if the seals fails completely, the device is simply going to take too much water and it will have a water damage. So here with this device, the device does not have any type of damage or any other stuff. This device was unboxed literally a few hours ago, and then I started to do the water resistance test. And as you just saw it, I am throwing the device inside water multiple times in order to make sure that the device is in real life. On the IP68 information, it is inside a controlled environment, a laboratory to be precise, and then that device is being controlled and the environment is being controlled. So this is primarily why if you have a water damage, it is not going to be covered under warranty. So again, on Apple website, it is said that iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max are splash, water and dust resistant. Splash, rainwater is considered to be splash. If you go to the shower and water is dropping from above, that's also considered to be splash. Water resistance, you can submerge the device underwater, fully submerge the device. That's what they said, water resistance. You can submerge the device and it should be fine if the device is still in good condition and still has the highest level of water resistance called IP68. This is the highest that Apple is providing. There is other water resistance specification higher than IP68. Precisely on Apple website on the fine print number 3, it is said that the water resistance is going to decrease with time, and which means that as soon as you unbox the device, the water resistance is starting to decrease. 1 month later, it may still be IP68 or it may be slightly less than IP68 but still considered IP68. So after 6 months or 1 year, you may still have IP68 or it has decreased below and be IP67. So with time, the environment that you're in, the way you use your smartphone, the water resistance is ultimately going to decrease. A very good example is a device that is 5 years old is not going to have the same level of water resistance as a device that is 6 months old. The way I'm moving the device underwater is simply to mimic real life. In real life, if you go to the beach, like I did with my S9, I was taking pictures and taking videos. The device is moving. This is why I move the device all around underwater and also remove the device and throw it in water. This is simply like doing a real life scenario of having the device inside a water environment. the water resistance should be at least 30 minutes. This is what I said because the specification is submerging the device for 30 minutes at least. This is how you're going to test the water resistance. So doing a water resistance less than 30 minutes of having the device fully submerged, I wouldn't consider that a real water resistance test. The device is already 26 minutes of being fully submerged and being a little bit abused by throwing the device underwater. But you can see the screen is still fine. It is still working without any issues. I simply forgot to make the screen timeout longer. Currently, it is at 5 minutes. So currently, we are very close to crossing the 30 minutes mark, which is going to be very good for this device, simply saying that the device can withstand being submerged, fully submerged for more than 30 minutes. So this is the time that I decided to remove the device out of water. And before I remove it, I'm going to keep spinning the device underwater for a little while and then remove the device, do my little inspection of the iPhone 17 Pro, make sure that the screen is working, the charging and all that. Make sure that everything is fine, and then if everything is not fine, I'm gonna do something else. 32 minutes already, iPhone 17 Pro has been removed out of water. The chronometer is still on and it is still working. The device is a little bit cold, which is a good sign. If it was hot, it might mean that there might be some water damage going on. But the device is fine. The touch screen, the power buttons, and the volume buttons, everything is working fine. But we still have to expel all the water out of this device because there is water inside the speakers, the charging port, and the microphone holes. So for this one, I'm not going to do any type of water eject sound because it simply does not work, or even if it is going to work, it will not work to the fullest extent and expel all the water out of the device. So this is why I'm going to wipe all the excess water on the surface of the smartphone, the iPhone 17 Pro, and then show you how to push all the water out. You're going to do it with force and gravity, which is ideal and the best way to expel all the water out and avoid any chance for water damage. So simply grab the device with the speaker not facing you and then shake the device and you will see water is going to come from the speaker and the charging port. As you can see, there is water already on the table, meaning that water is going out from this iPhone 17. I'm going to remove the water on the table and try to do it for the front speaker and the microphones on the top. The same thing is going to happen. Water is going to get out of the front screen and the microphone holes on the top. So in case there is no water on the top of the device, on the front speaker and the microphone, this can be normal because those holes and those speakers are very small. They do not have the same opening as the ones at the bottom. So currently I have removed all the water out of this iPhone 17 Pro. It is working. I am going to try to charge the device and see if it can take a charge. If it doesn't take the charge, it will display liquid inside the charging port and do not charge. And then I'm going to wait maybe 1 hour, 2 hours for the charging port to be completely dry and then try charging the device again. This one is the iPhone Air. There is only one speaker and this is a front speaker. The bottom you have only the charging port. So water was inside the front speaker on this device.